Welcome back. So in the previous video, we understood how to create a single post template like this. We also learned how to create the header and the footer template for your website. Now that we have created a single post template, let's move forward and figure out how to build a single loop item. Now, you would want to understand what is a loop item. Let me give you an example. You see this website. This is my website. Now, my website has a lot of blogs on it. And each blog is really long and it has a lot of content, screenshots, and images. But then, when I want my website visitors to know that there are multiple blogs present on my website, I show it to them like this. You see these tiles? Each of them are having a small image, the heading of the blog, the category and topic, the date, some introductory text, and a read more button. Now this is a loop item. So for each blog, Elementor gives you an ability to create a loop item so that once that loop item template is created, all the blogs which are created on your website will have this loop item option available to it. So you can add those blogs to your website homepage in this format using a loop grid. So let's figure out how to create a loop item like this so that once we have created this template, it would be automatically applied to all the blogs. So are you ready to learn this? Let's go. So here we are back on the WordPress dashboard. Now to create the loop item, let's go to the templates, theme builder, and go to loop item. Click on add new template. So it has automatically selected that this is a loop item and the source will be posts. We don't have any other source right now. Let's keep it post. Post taxonomy means that if you have multiple categories of your post and for each category you want to create a loop item, then you can select this. But for now, let's just learn to create a loop item for posts. And let's call it post loop item. Click on create template. Now, as usual, Elementor will give you options. You can select one of these templates that Elementor has already created, or we can just figure out and learn how to create a template for our own. So let's close this and I'll show you how to create a template on your own. It's very simple. So for loop item, we have landed on this Elementor canvas. So first of all, let's add a container. Let's click over here, select a container. Since a loop item has vertical flow of content like this, right? You have image on top, then some information, then the heading. So it's flowing from top to bottom and the button at the bottom. So let's select this vertical direction column. Now we have done that. Let's click on this plus. Now we see all the different options that we can add. So first of all, let's have the featured image on top. Click on this plus button. Now under the image, we can have the title. So we have added the title. Now maybe we want to give some information about this particular blog. So we can have that under the title. Now after that, we want to give a small excerpt. And after the excerpt, we want to give a button which people can click to read more. So let's scroll down. Okay, we have a button over here. Let's use this button. All right. So now we have the structure ready. Now let's design it a little bit. So first of all, let's design the container by clicking over here. Let's add some spacing on the inside. So let's give a 20 pixel spacing. And we can also add a background color. Let's add a background color to this particular card. Maybe we can have a gray color like this and increase the opacity like this. Alright, so it's slightly visible. So now we can add a radius to the border by curving it a little, say 20 pixel. So you can see that the border is now curved a little. We can add a box shadow. So now this looks like a card, right? You can see the curvature and then there is a shadow. So it's properly looking like a card. Now let's design the image also. Go to style, leave the width as it is. Maybe we add a border radius over here, 20 pixel like this, or we can even have a 15 pixel like this, right? If you want to give a shadow, we can give a shadow here also, or we can leave it. Now you can add some space below the image. So since we want to add space only below the image, let's delink and to the bottom add a 10 pixel like this, right? Now to the heading, let's style it like this. Let's make it 32 pixel. Color, maybe we make it primary like this, or we can make it secondary like this. Now here there's too much information. We can remove the comments and time. Go to style. We can change the color of the icon to accent like this, and the color of text to text. We can decide the size of this text also. Let's keep it 12 pixels. Moving to excerpt. Now it looks like this particular content did not have an excerpt, but we can still design it a little. Let's make it 18 pixel like this, and we can make the text color text. Now coming to the button, we can select the button. We can change the color, make it stand out a little. Maybe use this accent. Oh no, I'm changing the text color, not the text color. Let's keep the text color what it was. Change the color of the background by clicking here. So this looks better. You can add a shadow to it. We can add a radius to it like this. Okay. Now we can also have hover animation. So when somebody hovers on it, we can have the accent color, but let's change the color a little. Maybe make it a little darker like this. Okay. So when somebody brings the mouse on top of it, it becomes darker like this. Now let's go to the content and let's change this text to read more like this. Now when somebody clicks on this button, how do we make it open the blog? To do that, go to this dynamic tag and click on post URL. So when you select post URL from dynamic tag, it will automatically pick up the URL of that blog and open that blog for you. So you don't have to manually add link of each blog in each read more button. Since you have selected post URL here, whichever blog this loop item is showing, when you click on read more, the URL of that blog would be called and that blog would open. So that's how simple it is. Once you have done this, you don't have to do any manual work anymore. So now we have designed a simple loop item for us. Let's publish this. All right. Now let's go back to our dashboard, exit to WordPress. Now that we have created a loop item, let's figure out if we can see that on our home page. So let's go to pages, click on all pages, click on edit with Elementor on the home page. Let's add a container over here like this. Now, to see loop items, you have to use one of the pro elements that are provided by Elementor called loop grid. So let's pick up this and drag it over here, right? So now we have added this element over here. From here, we have to select which type of loop item are we going to select. So it was posts, and then we have created this particular template just now, post loop item. So let's select this. All right. And now you can see for all the blogs that we had added to this website using fake press, for all of them, a loop item has been created using the template, and now you can show it to your customers on your website using a loop grid. So if we design this a little better, let's add some space on the top and bottom. Now there is some space over here. It's not completely touching the header. Actually, let's increase it to 100 pixel so that it's clearly visible. All right. We can also add a heading to this particular container. Okay. Make this heading full width and make this container to wrap text so that the text moves to the content moves to the next line if any one element is taking full length. So we can add this heading over here, blog posts, like this. Okay. We can add some space under it like this. We can also decide what color we want to give to this. We can keep it as it is also. So now you can see how nicely all the blogs have been laid out on this page, and the user can just click on this read more button. So the issue here is that since we created these fake posts using Faker Press, it has not added images to all of the blogs. So that is why you can't see images on all of the blogs. But once it is done properly and you have added content properly, you will have a view that looks something like this. That's the use of a single loop item. And you also got to understand a little bit about Elementor loop grid. So we can edit this loop grid further if you want to, and decide how many columns should be there. Should it have 3 columns or should it have 2 columns? 3 looked better actually. How many items do you want per page? If you don't want 6, you can just limit it to 3 per page, right? And then give a button over here which will take users to the blog page, like I have done on my website. Here I have 3 items. Then when user clicks on this, they are taken to the blog page, which is over here. So you can do that also. So let's add a button over here. Where is the button? Okay, here we go. Where did it go? It went on top. Let's move it down. Okay, so now we have a button over here. We can edit this button, change the text to all blogs. All right. And if we want to take the user to the blog page, click on this dynamic tag and then select internal URL and click on this icon, content, and type the name of the page. So now automatically when the user clicks on this button, he would be taken to the blog page, which is over here. Right? Now let's do a little bit of styling for this button. We can make this button slightly bigger by adding some space inside it. Oh, sorry, we have to add the space from here. So let's first make this a bigger button by adding some padding from here, like this. We can increase the right and left padding. This can be reduced to 15. We can make some adjustments to see what is looking good. Now let's add color. Well, let's add a different color for this button. You can make it a darker button, and on hover it becomes primary, like this. Don't take this as a styling class because I'm just randomly doing just to show you. Typography can be made a little darker. Now let's add radius and a box shadow, and we can move this button to the center. So to do that, let's align all the elements to the center like this. So now you can see that we have created a blog section on our home page with a loop grid containing the loop items and a button to take people to the blog page. In the next video, we'll create a blog archive page and understand how to do that and what are the advantages of having a blog archive page. Let's click on publish. All right, let's check this out also by directly going to the website. Let's go to the home page, and here we go. So we had created this hero section earlier. Now we can see that we have also added this loop grid containing the loop items and a button to take people to the blog page. When we click on this, people are taken to the blog page. And right now here all the blogs are randomly just put here, which doesn't look good. So we'll improve this by creating a blog archive page in the next video. So I hope you got an understanding of what are loop items, how to create a loop item, and then how to add a loop item to your website using loop grid. You can use the link in the description to access all the screenshots. I've created step-by-step screenshots. So you can just download those screenshots and follow the steps and try to create your own loop grid for your website. Practice it. I hope I was able to teach you something good. If you liked this video, please do like it. Please share it with your friends. Please subscribe to my channel and keep practicing. I will see you in the next video. Have a nice day.